I quit. I'm done. Out of here. See you guys later. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Complete joking. I'm not done. But what we are going to talk about today is getting burnt out and why, and really kind of exploring and discussing why people quit doing what they're doing. And that could be anything from, I don't know, from your job, from your hobby, relationship, friendship, just quitting in general, right? So we're gonna kind of talk about all that stuff and really just, try and figure out why people do it. And I'm also looking forward to the conversation down below in the comment section. So definitely feel free to chime in. Welcome to the vlog. It's Friday, June 28th. We've been really busy today, so let's get the vlog started. So the first things first. It's about 6:30. And hadn't started the vlog yet. That's because I've been working on this monstrosity. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, that thing. Literally taken. Fix that door. Literally taken all day to look at it. But yeah, seriously, look at it. This thing is massive. And the funny thing is, you see these uprights right here? They tell you to put those on first, right? There's one on each side, and then there's a 2x4 that goes across them. They tell you to put the 2x4s upright first, and then tell you to put the 2x4 crossways. It's like, how am I supposed to get up there? That's literally like 13 feet in the air on top of the 5 feet, platform. So yeah, I may or may not have pulled the 6-foot ladder and sat that up there and stood on top of that to get on top of there. But yeah, totally did that. So the only thing left to do on this bad boy is get the ladder put on. We gotta build the ladder. We've got to get the slide put in, which we've also got to purchase a slide. And then there's also this other spot back here where you can put like another slide or another ladder. I think the boys want some type of rock wall or climbing wall or something. So got to build that too. But at the very least, we'll get the ladder put together today to kind of close out this working day out there, to close out the day on this project. And then there's a few other things that we can do to it as well. But at the end of the day, it's coming along nice. I'm impressed. Let's go inside and see what the boys are doing. Pizza. You ready to go get some pizza? You hungry, Sawyer? Sawyer. Hey. Listen, are you hungry? Mm-hmm. You want to get some food?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Pizza.
Pizza? Let's go get some pizza, guys. All right, we're gonna go try a new pizza restaurant, see how it is, and it's called Little York Pizza. So. Little York Pizza. So, all right, get your shoes on. Get your shoes on. first I wanted to kind of like identify like why people quit. Like why, and we could be talking about anything, right? It could be quitting your job, quitting a hobby, things like that. So first and foremost, frustration, right? Frustration, lack of recognition is another big one. Sometimes people just don't feel challenged, or maybe they're burnt out, right? Lack of work, or lack of reviews, or maybe even poor reviews of past work. These are some of the reasons that people stop doing, freelance. They stop doing, daily vlogs. They stop YouTube. They stop social media. They stop a business venture that they've started. All sorts of things. This is why people stop, quitting their day jobs and things like this. This is how people stop quitting their day job. All sorts of things. So, how do you combat this? Like, how do you prepare yourself for bad reviews, or how do you get past the slow season where you're not getting a lot of work, or maybe you had a bad review, right? How do you get past that to actually push on through and make it so that you can continue working, so that you're not burnt out, so that you can continue to gain more work? How do you do that? So I really wanted to kind of dive into some of these individually to kind of give my 2 cents on them. We've all been there. We've all felt these types of things. Some of them we felt more than others. Sometimes we feel multiple of them. So really kind of wanted to talk on just a few of them. So the first one is probably a big one nowadays, is lack of recognition. Coming from like a videographer standpoint, or even a photographer standpoint, we spend the whole day with the couple at the ceremony recording, and then we spend 40 hours actually putting together the final product, right? And that, and it might not be 40 hours for photographers or videographers, or your timeline might be different, but we put a significant amount of time together, right, to get the final product together, and we don't get recognition for it, right? When you send it off to the client and they just respond with a thank you or thanks or whatever, or sometimes they don't respond at all, and you're just like, wow, could have got, would have killed you to say thank you, ... I'm so glad that you captured, our big day. Thank you for taking the time to put this together. I've been looking forward to it. Or, hey, I got a chance to watch it. If you don't get that, you kind of feel like, wow, they really don't appreciate it. And I want to say, like, just about all of my clients have responded with, positive feedback as far as, after they've received their product. Some of them it's taken longer than others, but eventually I do get some type of, feedback or whatever. But not every client's like that. Some clients are just like, okay, I paid you for this work, you got the work completed, thank you, right? And that's kind of how that works. So at the end of the day, don't let that bother you, right? Because it's not really about the recognition. It's about completing the task from start to finish, developing a pristine, highly polished final product, and delivering it on time. If you're getting, if you're getting more clients based off of that film or that gallery or what have you, then perfect. That's excellent. Then you're getting that recognition from another party. So the other thing, if you're struggling to get some type of feedback or recognition from your clients, you can kind of open up the conversation, right? So bring in, start kind of cultivating a conversation, as you're finishing up the product or whatever. You're reaching out to them. You're like, oh, I'm so excited to get this to you. I'm almost finished with it. I'd really appreciate some of your feedback. Kind of cultivate that. And so kind of like what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to say at the end of this vlog, have you ever thought about quitting, and why? And how did you overcome that, that issue? Or did you overcome it? I mean, some people might not have overcome it. So always kind of try to cultivate that conversation. So the second one is pretty straightforward. It's burnt out. right? This is one that we probably hear a ton, right? It's I've been doing the same thing for 3, 4 years now, and it doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel exciting. I'm really not in a creative place right now. It just feels like everything is cookie cutter. While that may be true, right? It might feel like, okay, this is the bride walking down the aisle. This is the bride's dad handing him off to the fiance. This is the couple dancing. Like, it might feel cookie cutter or whatever, but challenge yourself, right? Get to know your couples a little bit better. Maybe schedule like a meeting or two before the wedding so that you guys can go out and really kind of understand, so you can understand what makes them special, right? Have a private conversation with each individual bride and each individual groom. Kind of finding out what's special about them. Like, this type of conversation helps me create a specific video or specific gallery for you guys. So challenge yourself, kind of open up to different ideas. Maybe try to take on different work. If you're a wedding filmmaker, maybe try to branch out. Maybe go into commercial. Maybe go into real estate. Try and find something a little bit different, but still in that videography wheelhouse. So getting a poor review is another thing that can stop people, dead in their tracks, or can, force a person to quit what they're doing and just kind of hang up their hat and be like, I'm done, and kind of wash their hands and just say, you know what, that's the end of it. But really, what you should be doing is looking at that criticism and, pulling out the stuff that's important, right? The stuff that's fixable, the stuff that's is not subjective, the stuff that is objective, and fixing what you can. Really, the best idea is to just make a list of the issues that the customer had or your client had, and what can you fix first, right? Go, get all the things, get all of the issues that are easy, to fix, right? Communication, right? If that's something that someone says like, oh, this photographer or videographer had poor communication, like, that's an easy thing to fix. Talk more to your clients, right? So move the things up that are the easiest to fix, and then the things that are like more long term, put those towards the bottom, and you can work on those over time and really kind of develop your skills, develop your the information base, and you can really kind of develop yourself, develop your business based on that poor review. So when you get a poor review, don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it like, okay, these are the areas I need to improve. Like, everybody, no matter what skill level you are, whether you're first starting out, you've been in the business for a year, 10 years, whatever, you still have an opportunity to get better. You still have places where you can improve. And getting one of these poor reviews shouldn't be a, okay, well, I'm done type of, mentality. It should be, okay, this is what I need to work on. This person did me a favor by giving me this information. Now I need to improve upon it. It's Friday night, so that means I'm on the couch tonight. Eli spends the night in bed with Amanda on Friday night, so this will be my bed for the evening. But before I let you guys go, the last one that I want to talk about was just lack of work. Lack of work can be one of the most prevalent issues when it comes to quitting, because you just don't feel like you have the skills, you don't feel like you have the talent. You start questioning your work, you start questioning whether or not your work is worth what you're charging, and it might not be, right? You might be priced too high, or you might not be advertising or looking where your client is. And that's one of the biggest things that I think people need to really kind of focus on is, if you don't have work, where are you advertising? Where is your target audience? Who is your best audience, right? Are you trying to market towards 20 to 25 year olds, or are you trying to get the 35? Or are you trying to get the people that are just out of college, ready to get married at the ripe age of 23, 24? Like, where is your demographic? And you need to find out where they spend the most time at. And one of the big things to really look at is what social media platform are you advertising on, right? Are you advertising on Facebook where the average user is 35 years or older, or are you advertising on Instagram where the average user is between 18 and 25? Like where look at the statistics at where your target audience is. Actually, first off, find out who your target audience is, and then figure out where they are, what social media platform they're on. Because I think at this point it's like one in every two people. Like I think it's like 50, like between 50 and 60% of people have a Facebook account. Now, granted, they're the older group, and if that's who you're targeting, then great. Perfect. Start advertising there or advertise heavily in there. But if you're looking for the younger group, the group that's like just out of college, the 18 to 25-year-olds, that you're looking at you should be looking at Instagram. Or how much time are you spending on Instagram? Are you posting daily? Are you posting on Pinterest and things like that? These are the types of things that you need to kind of start looking at when you don't have the work, right? Yes, you don't have any paying clients, but you still have work to do. You still have to advertise, look at who your target markets are, where your target market is. You need to find out the best way to reach them, develop a sales plan, a marketing plan, and execute it. That's all there is to it. And it can be a daunting task. It really can. Like, I understand, because if you can't, it's not a job that pays immediately. It's the long game. And that's what, some people struggle with is, the long game. Like, I'm not, I'm putting all together, I'm putting all this research in, I'm putting all this work into finding out who to advertise to, I'm building advertisements, and it's not getting getting anywhere immediately. People are looking for that instant gratification, and it's a long game. You really need to focus on how to penetrate into that type of market and stay there. It's not going to happen overnight. It might take some time, and you just need to be patient. That's what it boils down to. Alright guys, that was today's vlog. I really appreciate you watching. Leave a comment down below. Have you ever had an issue with wanting to quit your day job, wanting to quit your side hustle, whether it's videography, photography, whatever it is? Have you ever had that urge or that voice in the back of your head that says, yeah, this isn't for me? And how did you overcome it? Did you overcome it? And I'm kind of curious to hear about it in the comments below. We'll have a great conversation. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.